What is up? What is up? What is up? Everyone, everyone, everyone. It is another day, another time, and another week for your favorite nightly show on Friday nights. Look, y'all, look. Sis, tell them what the name of our news show is on Friday nights.
It's the after show vibes. ASV.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. Look,
Okay.
y'all,
I
look.
feel.
Look, the reason why we call ourselves the After Show Vibes is because if you tuned in at 10 a.m. on Fridays, you will catch a word from the Rev, which is always powerful. We always are bumping on that. But now on Friday nights at 10 p.m., you can find myself and my wonderful big sister, Miss Brandis, up in here blessing you on Friday nights, and y'all never know what we're gonna discuss. We can discuss anything from relationships to religion to search to celebrity entertainment news, hot
Everything.
topics,
Everything.
everything. So, look, if y'all have any topics y'all would like us to discuss, tune in next week and you can catch that email where
Drop
we
it in the
will.
comments on YouTube.
Yes, while you're on YouTube, we want you to like, share, tag, and
Subscribe.
subscribe. Subscribe,
Share.
y'all.
All that.
Subscribe.
All that.
And
Blow us up. Blow us
also,
up. Blow us up.
also tune go over to the podcast stations, like us over there, get our algorithms up, and let everybody know about the after show vibes. So, sis, tell them what we discussing tonight, because we got a good one for them tonight.
Yes, we do. I really hate that I gotta say this all over again, but
Look, y'all, look,
however,
if
it's
y'all
alright.
understood.
It's all right. It's all right. But so yeah, we're just gonna jump on the topic. It's a topic that people have been discussing. I mean, of course, like it has been overshadowed by
Cat Williams.
right.
Cat Williams done
It's
shut
been
the
overshadowed.
NIK.
We're gonna talk about that
Yo,
too. Maybe not tonight, but we're gonna talk about that. But definitely I want to talk about William Murphy because I was you be on Facebook and all of a sudden you just hear all this chatter, and I'm just like, what's going on? So I went and looked at the video, and they doing the celebration. I guess I'm assuming it. I didn't watch the whole thing, so I'm assuming it was like the New Year's celebration. So you got them walking it out and swag surfing in the church. Um, and so of course people are going to be offended by it. People are going to feel like they don't see no problem with it. And then you're going to have people who are like, see, this is why I don't go to church. Because they do the same thing we do or whatever. I think my biggest thing with it was that they let the whole song play, the Walk It Out song. It wouldn't have been as bad if he had just played the instrumentals. Like if he just
right.
played the beats, I don't think the backlash would have been as bad. But sir,
It
you
would have been
let
some
them play
backlash,
the
but it
whole
wouldn't have
song.
been like
We
bad.
on Hypnotic, it, like got it on my body. Like what? Like what? You on Hypnotic? Like what?
Like, let me read the lyrics real quick to
Please,
walk it out. Let me go over here and get these lyrics to walk it out. I cause look, hold on. Look, cause wow. When you hear the lyrics, you'll see why a lot of people are. All right. All right, so here we go. I'm not even gonna read the chorus.
yeah. Just go to the.
All right. Now hit the dance floor and bend your back low. Show it with no hands. Stop popping, whoa. I'm smoking bubble, oh. Yeah, they in trouble, oh. Like I like the way she move undercover, oh. Now everybody leaning. I made the cloud rock. Now go on, walk it out. I see you on my jock. She want that bubble gum. I mean double mint twins. Two old shoes and me. Now you know who gonna win.
But no, but read the chorus because that's what you hear. That's like when you watch the video, that's the first thing you hear.
Now walk it out. Now walk it out. Now walk it out. Now walk it
Okay.
out. West
I'm
side walk
on.
it out. South side walk it out. East
Oh,
side walk
okay.
it out. North side
Okay,
walk
let's
it out.
walk it out. Okay, now do you have swag
Swag
surf?
surfing.
Yes.
Yep, I'm looking it up right now.
That's the one. Swag surf. And I'm swag. I'm surfing.
My hat. All right, man. I got that swag. My hat matches my bag. You know I'm popping tags. Cause man, I got that swag. Man, I got that swag. My hat match my bag. You know I'm popping tags. Cause man, I got that swag. I'm on hypnotic,
Mm-hmm.
exotic. This polo on my body got a bad girl beside me and her friend right behind me. And I'm swagging. I'm
That's what
surfing.
you hear. I'm on hypnotic, exotic. This polo on my body. Bad chick beside me. Friend right behind me. And I'm like, what? What are we doing? What are we doing?
If he
Why?
would have just done walk it out, I don't think it would have been as
Why?
bad.
Why? Like, but why? Like, why? Like William Murphy, you you are an artist. You mean to tell me you didn't have nothing in your arsenal? Like you didn't have nothing. Your team didn't have nothing in their arsenal that they could have played that could have been as equally like getting the crowd hype and excited for the new year. To you know what I'm saying, to praise into the new year.
You
That
could
was
have
not
did Ty
praise.
Tribbett. You could have did Ty Tribbett. He turned it.
That's not praise into the new year. That's partying. You might as well have been at the club for real. You might as well have been at the club for real. So, you know what I'm saying? So I had posted on Facebook. I'm just like, I'm not bashing him because I don't know his ministry. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know William Murphy for preaching. You know what I'm saying? I don't
I
know
know him
him
for
for
singing.
having a church. I know him for his music. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not here to bash him and I can't tell him what to do. First of all, I'm not God. So, that God got to handle you on how you handle his church and his people. You the shepherd. So, how you handle the flock, God gonna have to deal with you about that. But my thing is, it's like don't use that. And I'm not necessarily saying that he did, but it was just like a lot of chatter was saying, oh, well, he's trying to reach the young people. What young people? Because it wasn't no young people dancing when you saw the crowd. The crowd was a bunch of old people. The crowd was millennials, my age, older, like in their late 20s, like in their 30s, 40s. Like
Come on.
that's who was swag surfing. That's who was walking it out. Like it wasn't no youth. And you don't have to do all that. Like the word is enough to reach the youth. If you're vulnerable and you're transparent, like what like Jesus didn't have to he didn't have to pull nothing from the world to reach who he needed to reach.
At all. It was just there. He was able to reach him. And
Oh, my piece of chicken.
my thing is like,
I need you to warm up the other one that's sorry. I need you to warm up the other one that's in the plastic bag.
look, y'all, look,
You know what I'm
we
saying? We
be
gotta eat
real
around.
on
We
here.
gotta eat around here. You know what
We
I'm
be
saying? But
real on here. Like on the after show vibes, we be real.
we gotta eat around.
So,
But no. But what was you saying?
like my thing is the first thing that they talk about is 150 people got saved. Okay, that's good. That's good.
And you
However,
know what I say to that?
however, here's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
When they got saved, if I got saved, and the first thing that I got saved to is when the preacher was playing Walk It Out in the church. Now, I'm not saying that's all he did because I did watch the whole service. He
Mm-hmm.
brought a good word.
Mm-hmm.
However, that got overshadowed.
Now this is my thing. 100 because I saw his response. I watched his response. I thought I was embarrassed. Like I felt it was very arrogant, in my opinion. But
Mm-hmm.
again, I don't have any as far as I don't know. Again, I don't know him for, like, he's not known to me for preaching and his word. You know what I'm saying? And his, like his ministerial ministry, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's his ministerial duties. I mean, as far as like what he does in ministry, I've always known it to be music. Cool.
Right. Right.
You like 150 people got saved that night. Cool. Cause can't know if they can't outsoul win him. Cause that's what he said. Like if you ain't out soul winning me, like if you can't outwin souls more than me, like what? Okay, I didn't know it was a competition. My bad.
No.
So my thing is 150 people got saved. That's great. But how many of those people are going to stay?
Mm.
That's the real question. It's great they got saved. Absolutely wonderful. But how many people out of that 150, how many people are going to stay saved? How many people that they're going to hear the word, and because y'all was walking it out and swag surfing, the devil going to come in and choke that word. And the minute an issue come, the minute something terrible happened, the minute, you know what I'm saying, like they swayed. They swayed. So, and then
That's my
like when I
question.
saw that's when I saw his response, I'm just like, why you couldn't just apologize and say, I apologize if our celebration offended you all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I apologize. Not you telling people they need to shut up. Like, you tell they need not shut up, but he's like they need to shut their mouth, mind their business. Like, what? I just I just I felt embarrassed. I'm just like, when when was the word not enough?
It is. It is
When
enough.
was the word not enough? When was it not enough? We got to throw all this theatrics on it. You know what I'm saying? Like saying that we trying to reach the youth. No, you want to do that. You want to swag surf.
You trying to be
The
cool.
youth, my kids don't even know what swag surfing is. You know what I'm saying? Like me, they
Mm-mm.
know what it is because you see it on TikTok and YouTube. But it's
That
like
ain't that type of
kids,
vibe. That ain't that type of
they
vibe.
really don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't know. Like that song was popping when I was clubbing. I
Come
was
on.
swag surfing in the club. What? Swags. I was doing that in the club. I was walking it out in the club. Like that was when I was clubbing
Somebody said,
in my mid 20s, in my early 30s.
somebody put on Facebook, and I agree with them on it. They said, church is the only place we try to, where we try to change our doctrine. Go to the AKAs or the Greeks and try to change their doctrine. Talking about what we did back then ain't gonna work now. They still been doing the same thing for years, and they're gonna stay on it. But the church, we feel like, no, don't get me wrong. One thing that I agree with is you are not gonna reach a Kirk Franklin generation with the Albertina Walker method. Now, what I mean when I say that is your message does not have to change. Your message is going to be Jesus Christ, born, died, and raised again on that third appointed Sunday morning.
Yeah, your methods may have to change. I agree with that. Like,
But your
the way.
methods, your methods, the way that you're getting that message out, it's going to have to change.
And that and it is, and you're absolutely right, because even when you look at Jesus ministry, he did not minister to everybody the same way. For some people, he touched them to heal them. For some people, he told them go on.
Go
You
and
know what I'm
sin
saying?
no more.
Yeah, like no, it was not even that. Like um, some people their faith was enough to heal them. He didn't have to. He didn't have to. The girl who was sick told the father, like, by the time you get back to the house, like, she'll be good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't, like every he didn't use the same methods for everybody.
Everybody, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, he fed 5,000 people with what?
2 fish and 5 loaves of bread.
Right.
His first disciples was fishermen. He ministered to them where they was at. He
Right.
ministered to them in a way that they could understand it. He told them, cast your nets again on the other side. And they went and they did it. And they're like, all right, Jesus, if you say so. And when they cast their nets, they came back with more than what they could even imagine. And he says, now I'm about to make you fisher of men.
Yeah. So I'm not opposed to methods being different. I'm
Mm-mm,
not opposed to like I said, I'm not here to bash William Murphy.
mm-mm.
If he's preaching Jesus, absolutely 100%, hey, preach Jesus. Preach the word. But it's like some things you just have, some things that are meant to be in the secular realm need
We
to stay
can't bring it
there.
in there.
You cannot bring it in the sanctuary. Or what I'm saying? Like, God forbid Jesus come through your house and flip up over all your tables.
Mm. We don't want to talk about that.
Jesus flipped up because y'all in here
Mm,
uh like
mm.
y'all in here gambling and
Making my
selling,
father's house
like
a
y'all,
house
yeah,
of
like
thieves.
y'all in here profiting uh, and like people think, like when you think about that story, a lot of people think, oh well, Jesus was mad because like it wasn't necessarily that he was mad because they were doing these things. He was upset because you're taking advantage of people
That
who
need it.
are in need, and they are giving you all that they have on the hope that you're going to make it profitable for them, but you're only there to make it profitable for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're robbing them.
You
Innocent
robbing people that are robbing people to
who
pay
are
Paul.
who are at a disadvantage. That's what Jesus was mad about. So yeah, I'm gonna come in here and flip over these tables because now you're in here. You know what I'm saying? Like you're turning my house into a den of thieves. Like you're stealing. So it's like, God forbid he come into your house and flip the tables over because like you're bringing what you learn outside into my house.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't Williams Murphy's house.
At all.
That's God's house. You are a steward. And I just think that situation was bad stewardship.
And it was. It was.
Like you're a
Because
steward of God's people. That's bad stewardship. And then you further um
make it worse for yourself by telling
you
people to
you
shut
further
up.
aggravate the situation by getting online to respond to the backlash, and instead of being humble and apologizing that it may have caused offense. Because what did you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, what Bible are y'all reading for real? Because in the Bible, like, if my hand offended somebody, I'm supposed to cut it off. If my eye offended, I'm supposed to pluck it out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
We ain't wanting to talk about that though. They don't want to talk about that though.
no, if you did something that offend, I remember one time, and you know, I mean, it's off topic, but not really. But I remember one time, like when I was at when you know when being you know when I was living with my parents and my sisters and my brother, we was all under one roof before. You know, we was when we was young and teenagers and stuff. I am okay. So lasagna. I'm not a big fan of lasagna because the noodles. I don't like when the noodles are not cooked well.
Right.
I can't. So, and it's a lot of noodle. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of noodle. So, what I used to do was I would scrape off the meat and then I would get like a little bit of mayo and then mix that around. And I
Mayo
would
though.
just it mayo. I mean, I I love mayo. I think mayo makes everything great. like if you want a moist cake, you put mayo in the batter, and you bake your cake, and your cake will be moist. Um, so I think to me,
I'm not judging you, sis. I'm not
for
judging
me,
you.
hey, I don't care if you do. For me, mayo makes everything better. You know, on the things that it's supposed to go on. But of course, that that was nasty to them, to my sister and my brother. So I'm like, okay, well, that's how I like to eat my lasagna. Like, you know, I'm not trying to gross y'all out, but it's like it's just mayo.
Hmm.
It's no different than the ricotta cheese that's in there. It's they both white. You know what I'm
I'll give
saying?
you that. I'll give you that. I'll give you
You say
that.
they both white. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not really that much different. It's just that y'all don't think that mayo go on lasagna, and it may not, but that's how
That's how
I
you
ate it.
cook it.
That's how I ate it. Like when I was younger, I used to eat ketchup on sour cream and onion chips. People may not, people may not think that that's how it's supposed to go, but you know, but it was offensive to my siblings. So
You have to
I'm like,
apologize.
I'm gonna still eat it anyway until it got to the point where they complained so much about it. My mom was like, "No, you're not finna eat that. If you're doing something that offends your brother and your sister, you're supposed to not do that.
Hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want your offense to cause them to stumble. So if
Right.
you're doing something that's going to cause them to stumble, or it's going to cause them to um yeah, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna
To
have a
cause them to
negative
get in the
it's
way.
gonna have a negative effect on them. You don't do that thing.
Right. Right. I
So it's
could
like
agree with that.
either you eat it regular, or you wait until they finish eating and then you eat your dinner later. So my thing is like, instead of you getting on there and being arrogant about the fact that, oh well, 150 people got saved that night, and if you can't outsoul win me, then you need to shut your mouth. Is it a competition? Are we competing against how many souls we saving? Because honestly, you ain't saving nobody. It's Jesus that saves.
Come on. You was just the vessel that he used.
Right. You ain't saving nobody. So you ain't winning no souls. It's Jesus that saves. They have to confess with their mouth and believe in their heart
That
that Jesus
Jesus
is
raised from the
Lord,
dead. Not
and
William
that
Murphy.
he was raised from the dead, and he came back to reconcile us to him. That's when they are saved. All you were was the vehicle.
Right.
You were the vehicle that they got in to get to Jesus. That's it.
Right. And just like he used you, he can use somebody
Somebody
else.
else. Come on here. You I was getting ready to say that. Like, if it wouldn't have been you, it would have been somebody, it would have been another vehicle. It would have been somebody else.
Right.
So,
So,
like I was just like that was more offensive to me than the freaking dance when I saw the response.
mm,
I said this is
this
bad.
is bad. Yeah,
This is bad. And then
man.
and if we and I wanted to say Cat Williams, but like we can go ahead and talk about him because sir, I
So,
love Cat Williams. He said everything getting exposed in 2024. It's
now,
time for people to tell the truth. Tell the truth.
I'm a fan of Cat Williams.
I
I
I I,
am.
I love him.
Now, I do believe that some of this, and then like
You
what
believe
got me
some of this
was,
what? You believe some of this what? You believe some of the stuff that he's saying is not true? I believe I 100% stand with Cat Williams and I believe that everything he's saying is true because the industry is wicked.
I
The
agree with
industry
that.
the industry is wicked. The
But
Hollywood
but
industry,
here's the thing. Here's the
secular
thing.
industry, even the gospel industry,
Here's the thing, though.
it's
His
wickedness.
beef with Kevin Hart was because of the fact that Kevin Hart took a movie that he was supposed to do. However, because of his previous offenses that he had against him and his charges he had against him, he was not able to travel out of the country. Right? So
What
here's my
movie was
thing.
that?
I can't think of the name of the movie, but I heard that it was some movie that Kevin Hart did that Cat Williams was supposed to do, but like I know, Cat stayed in trouble.
But did Cat say that? Is that what Cat said? That's why his beef is with Kevin Hart.
No, but he said his beef with Kevin Hart was because he believed that Kevin Hart just came out of nowhere and just took control over the industry, and he wants to know who he done paid off to get there, or what has he done. Now, my thing
What
on
he
it
said,
is
he
this,
said Kevin Hart was a plant because he was like he said there's been no comic that has
but there's also been no comic that has jacked up his career as much as Cat Williams has done. Cat Williams did more harm to his own career than anybody else could do to it.
what
Cat,
career. What do you mean? Because he still tours and
what
his
I'm
shows
saying
are
is like,
no, you can't say that. He still tours and he still like first of all, let's be clear. You get way more money going on tour than you do doing
a
like
movie,
stand up shows.
but he could have been
He
more of a
still
movie star
he
if
still
he would have
he
done.
still go on tour. He still he has products that he sells. He still 19 Netflix specials. Like he still has like well not Netflix, but he has 19 specials. He still has specials. Um he did voiceover for the Boondocks.
No,
Um
now here's the thing. He said on Uncle Santa's podcast, he
mhm.
ain't coming on here promoting nothing. He ain't coming on here because he got something to promote. And then magically, the day after everything done popped off, magically, boom, you see circulating on the internet, Cat Williams is doing the show in this location.
What you mean?
Like he got on Uncle Santa's podcast, right?
Right.
And he said a lot of these guys come on here because they wanting to promote their new book or something that they got coming out or
Mhm.
whatever. He said, I'm not wanting to do that. He said, I'm coming on here to tell the truth.
Well, he came on there because he said that he came on the show because number one, Shannon creates a safe space for
I
people
agree
to
with that.
come and tell the truth.
I agree with
He
that.
said that likes he likes the setup, the platform that Shannon has created.
About it, yeah.
He also said that another reason why he came on there is because he is going to dispel a lot. He's going to dispel lies. So it's like if you're going to, he wouldn't have came on because Cat don't barely he barely do interviews. He's not that
And
type
I
of
would say
person
he
that
don't
do
do interviews
interviews.
like
Like
that.
he's not. He's very he chooses very carefully where he goes and who he does interviews with.
Now,
That's
one
why
thing,
a lot of times when he do interviews, they are epic and classic. Case in
no,
point, that the one that he did with Wanda.
yep. See, he read Vonda her rights,
She kept digging it. She kept digging. She kept
and
poking
he
the
wasn't
bear.
even supposed to be on that interview. It was
You
supposed to be Red Grant,
he kept poking the bear.
and he went
So
in. Now, one
so
thing I will say about Cat
hold
is,
on. Let me finish. So then he said the other reason why he came on is because these you have people out here who are putting my name in conversations and they're telling lies. I'm not going to allow somebody to lie on my name. I work too hard. So when Ricky Smiley came out with this story about, what was it, Friday After Next,
and he was
that's
supposed to
why
be.
he came out and spoke, because he's like, that's not true. He was like, you're
Now, Ricky
saying that
Smiley did an
you
interview.
saying that the role of Money Mike was supposed to be for you when I'm the one who wrote the script for Money Mike.
Now, Ricky Smiley said on his show, he got on his show today, and
I know I saw I did not hear what he said, but I did see, like, when I went on Instagram, I saw Shade Room and I saw that he did respond to
yeah,
what Cat
and he
Williams said.
said, he said, I went on Uncle Santa's podcast, and I told Senator a little bit about Friday After Next. He said, now Cat Williams has went on that podcast and said that everything I said was a lie. He said, however, I have on the phone with me right now my manager that was my manager for years and was my manager at the time that I got Friday After Next. He said, put the manager on the phone and he asked him, he said, what happened with that movie? Tell them the truth. The manager said, well, that was over 20 some, 30 some years ago. A lot of people may have memory lapse now. He said, but I do remember that Cube called us and told us that they wanted us to come to LA. When we
Okay.
went to LA,
Mm-hmm.
we auditioned for the part of Money Mike, Pimp Mike. He said that was the script that they gave us. He said, now, he said, they loved us.
Sorry, I can't do that.
He said, they loved you. He said, and they said, we want you to go before the executives. He said, so we was going to go before the executives. And then he said, we fly back to LA. They give us another script for Santa Claus. He said, that's never happened. He said, fast forward, we run into Cat Williams. He said, Cat Williams basically killed killed that audition. He said, and it was really Cat Williams' breakout audition. He said, let's keep it real. He said, before Friday After Next, didn't nobody know who Cat Williams was for
And
acting.
that's not true.
He said for acting.
Cat Williams, yeah, maybe not know him
Yeah,
as an
that's what he's
actor,
saying.
but like
That's what
he
he was
wasn't like
saying.
he was like no not he was like not known at all.
Yeah,
Like
he was
he
saying
had been
like
on
as
Comedy
acting.
View.
He was saying like as far as acting. He said like if you look at it, he said Friday did not make Chris Tucker. He said because Chris Tucker was already known for acting. He said next Friday did not make Mike Epps.
Friday, no, let's go back. Friday absolutely did make Chris Tucker, because Chris Tucker was like he was again, he was doing comedy show, like he was doing comedy shows. He was on the Russell Simmons Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So people like kind of knew, you know what I'm saying? He had like a little like a little bubble, you know what I'm saying, from that. But Friday, absolutely, Smokey
Blew him out of the
absolutely made
water.
Chris
Blew him out of the
Tucker.
water. Yeah. He was saying
And
like this.
then from there it catapulted to Rush Hour. So then
Mhm.
that made him even bigger.
Yeah. So he was saying, he said they gave the part to the right person. He said Cat Williams deserved the part. He said, however, what I'm gonna say is that from the conversation that we had with Q, that part was supposed to have been yours in the beginning. So that's was
It would have been like he calling his manager. That like if you my manager, like you gonna ride for me.
now it wasn't
Now
his
my thing is
manager
like had
now.
if he had a called Ice Cube and had Ice
Boom,
Cube get on the show
boom,
and say, no, like
boom.
yeah, we did offer the part to Ricky. Because my thing is like nobody's seeing you as no pimp, Ricky Smiley.
At
A
all.
pimp,
At
a
all.
pimp.
At all. I couldn't see him. I couldn't see him.
And Cat Williams said it was 201. He said when he auditioned for the role, his number was 201. So that means it was 200 other comedians who went out for that
Part.
part. His thing was he was saying that part. He said Ricky was telling people that part, like that Cat Williams stole his part. So you're saying that when they made that movie, they had you in mind for that part. If they had you in mind for that part, why are they auditioning 200 other men?
True that.
Other
If they
why
offered you
auditioning
that part,
200 other comedians?
if they
He
offered
said,
you that part, why they still auditioning 200 other comedians?
right. If the part was made with you in mind, like I'm sorry, I don't feel like I would have. I don't feel like when you think about a pimp, I don't think of Ricky Smiley.
Mm-mm. Now,
Like you're not
listen,
pimping nobody. And then Cat Williams went on to say that he said the scene included a rape.
mm. If you
So he
think
was
about
like,
it, it was
so
with
you
what's his
was
name?
willing to do that. You was willing to do that. He was like, that's not. He said that's not me. He said no matter how you look at it, rape. Like he said this to the executives. No
Rape ain't
matter
funny.
how you look at rape, it's never funny in any situation. So he was like, so respectfully,
Let me rewrite it.
I cannot do that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But I can give you something that's going to make this scene 10
Then
times
comes
more
more
funnier.
funny.
Like, and he absolutely did when he did that. Like that move, all the Fridays is a classic, but Friday After Next is special. Like that's like
Chris,
when you think that's Christmas special, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a Christmas classic. So it's like
now,
he did that, and then like
now,
you said, he had like he
wrote in his contract that the next time he worked with Ricky Smiley, he gonna be in a dress.
and when they
And
worked in First Sunday, Ricky Smiley was doing what? What was
in a
Ricky Smiley
dress.
doing? He was in a
In a
dress.
dress.
He was in a dress playing the
Dang,
grandma.
Ricky. Now, then he got on Cedric the Entertainer. And I was on Cedric's side at
I'm
first.
sorry, I'm eating.
I was on Cedric's side at first until I saw the video. When
Was
I
it
saw the video side by side of his
a
joke
Cat Williams joke?
and Cedric the Entertainer's joke, I'm like,
I never heard Cat Williams, and so like when he was saying the joke, I didn't realize what joke he was talking about
I'm gonna
until
send
he
you the
said,
video.
well, I know what the joke is now, but and this like while I was watching it, I didn't understand what joke he was talking about until he started talking about
The
that
spaceship.
Cedric used the joke at the end to close out his set on the Kings of Comedy. And I was like, then when he said that, I was like, oh, the spaceship joke. He said the only difference is that instead of it being a car, which it still kind of was a car, but it was a spaceship car. I was like, man.
And when I watched that video of Cedric the Entertainer doing it and of Cat Williams doing it, I was like, Dang it. Like Cat Williams, the part that I loved was he said, "We ain't showing no mercy in 2024." He said, "There's God's side, and then there's the rest of the world side."
Mm-hmm.
He said, and then they was talking about Cat Williams done drunk too much, and Shannon Sharp said it on his show. He said, "Cat didn't take a sip hardly." He said, "Cat just came in here and told his swoop." He said, and here's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, of course, like people, they want to make people who tell, like people they want to make the truth tellers look crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to say that he's on drugs. Like Cass was like, I've never took a drug in my life. He was like, my body is a temple. He's like, I think he got altogether 10 kids. I think he said he
Mm-hmm.
got 5 boys and 5 girls.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, he's
And
like,
then he said,
he said, I've never taken a drug. So, I mean, other than, I mean, if you consider
we
weed a drug, but you know what I'm saying,
then
other than like hard, like narcotics and stuff like that, like he don't do that.
then he
You know
got
what I'm
on Steve Harvey. He said, Steve Harvey sitting up here talking on your show, talking about he retired from comedy because of the simple fact of he had too much going on. He said, no, 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 no.
saying?
Steve
No,
Harvey didn't have no choice but to retire from comedy because we had a battle in Detroit. And I remember that. I remember that being promoted.
and I won. Because he said, I told everybody that was a unit that he had on. So he couldn't continue.
And
But
then when you watch, then people picked up on Instagram, on Facebook, and found an old video of Steve Harvey with his hair, and you could see that little spot, and they're like, "Dang, Cat ain't lied at all." So it's like
that's what
Cat
somebody
may
said.
be a
Somebody
lot of
said
things.
Cat Williams will tell jokes, but he will not tell no lie.
Mm-mm. So y'all, we appreciate y'all rocking with us tonight. We
Yeah.
appreciate
I'm
y'all.
sorry, y'all. Like
Look,
this
this is what
dinner.
y'all can expect from. This is what y'all can expect from the
Y'all might
after
catch me
show
eating
vibes.
sometimes on the after show. You know what I'm saying? I got had a
Look,
little bit of some baked beans, some broccoli, got some chicken,
look,
garlic parmesan chicken over here that I made a few
look.
days ago.
That's what y'all can expect on the after show vibes. We're gonna kick it and we're gonna have fun.
Yeah, of
So we
course.
want y'all to like, share, tag, interact with us in the comment section. Let us know where y'all
Please,
watching from. Let us know where y'all watching from, and
please.
you never know. Y'all never know. There might be a time where if we get enough interaction with us, you never know. Me and Brandis might pop up in your city and do a
We
live
might, you know
show.
what I'm saying? You know what I'm
We
saying?
might pop
Like,
up in the city and
come
do a
on here.
live
I'm
show.
trying to get this money. You know what I'm saying? I got
Like,
moves to make. Let's go.
like we might pop up and do a live show. You
You
never
know what I'm
know.
saying? Like
You never
we
know.
trying to get these coins.
Yeah, y'all never know. So just like with
Hype
us,
us up.
rock with
Hype
us.
us up.
Yes, please hype us up, please, y'all.
And
Please.
I will come back with my podcast. I will be.
Yes, look, y'all definitely rock with her too. And look, y'all, we will be back next week. We
We
love
will.
y'all. Peace.
Peace.